What's up, YouTube? So, I have this video that I'm doing. I know it's been a few weeks since I've done a video, but I just was so compelled to do it. And I don't know. I'm just like in such, I don't know. So, I've been watching Innocence, um, Innocence Files on Netflix, right? And so, being that I had my ex-husband, uh, I think I told you guys once before that he worked for the Department of Corrections, and he's a captain. And so one of his things was always that, well, couldn't convict him if they wasn't innocent, they wasn't guilty. He was notorious for saying stuff like that. And I would get so angry and be like, well, what about the wrongly convicted? How do you know which one? Well, there are some that's wrongly convicted, but it ain't all of them. Well, I know that. We know it ain't all of them, but it shouldn't be any wrongly convicted, right? And there was a lot more than what you probably know, which I said to him. And so my thing was this, that you don't know which one you're talking to that's innocent. Oh, they all say they're innocent. Well, maybe they are. So as I watched this Innocent Files on Netflix, and I've been watching it for a couple of days, and I just have to tell you that my mind is just reeling over how the criminal justice system serves black males at such a disservice. You criminalized at birth, and you're not given the benefit of a doubt, period. You're guilty, and that's that. Ain't no proving you innocent. You're guilty, and you are going to stay guilty. The thing that I found that there was a prosecutor in Philadelphia, Roger, whatever his name is, he was actually notorious. I'm gonna figure. Well, let me look at what his name was, cause you know what? I'm not even gonna say whatever his name is, cause this man, um, I'm gonna find out what his name is. Um, let me see. Philadelphia black prosecutor. He's a black prosecutor. Um, his name was Roger. Hold on, let me find his name. His name was what was his name? They talked about his butt. Cause when he died, they found out that he had convicted over 1,600 men, and majority of them was innocent. He had set all those men to prison for no reason. False convictions. False convictions. Can you believe that? False convictions. He died, but there was a, let me see. Larry Krasner, they were talking about him, and actually he actually is the one who helped set a lot of those black males free. I was so like, how he got in there and was like, you know what, I'm going to get these people out of here, and he did. He said a lot. He said a lot of them he helped get free. I don't. I'm telling you, I'm going to find this man's name. Roger King. That's his name. Roger King. And they call him a larger-than-life, retired Philadelphia homicide prosecutor. This man had such a dang on freaking They gonna freaking they let him retire, which he shouldn't have been able to retire at all. He should have been fired. But he retired and he died. But he died with that stuff on his guess what? They're coming out and they telling the truth about his old sorry but Roger King, old sorry tale. If they want to talk about an Uncle Tom, you can put him on it. You can put him in that label. That's what that he's the full epitome of what an Uncle Tom is. He is this man right here. You see him? That's him right there. He's dead. He passed away. Thank goodness. And I hate to say that. Thank goodness he's gone, but he's gone. He don't need to be on this. Lord took him where he need to be. Away. Cause you know what? I bet his heart was heavy. He didn't live a long life after that. He retired, and I don't think he died not long after that, cause retired. He was 72 when he retired. When did he die? I don't know how many years later he died. He died. Let me see. 72. Philadelphia enforcement during long career. Died Wednesday morning, August 24th. Which year was this? That was 2016. This sucker threw so many black males in prison, and just prosecuted them. It was just really just devastating. And one thing that really bothers me about this whole thing, and I have to say this, a lot of the cases that these people were prosecuted, that these black males were prosecuted on, and I'm going to say this directly, black people black people gave witness, false witness, because they were scared and they didn't want to go to jail too. My thing is this. Yeah, there's a lot to lose. There's a lot to lose. I wouldn't want to go to jail. Of course not. But I am not going to lie and send someone else to prison with a lie. Because you have to live with that through your life. There was 2 or 3 people that signed false witness against this man who kept going, I'm sorry. I just want to tell him that I'm sorry. I got to right this wrong. And then he wasn't the only one. There were several of them in other cases that they gonna freaking filing falsifying. What was it? Testifalsing? They call it testifalsing or whatever. False testifying or whatever it's called. And there's a lot of people that did that. Not more than one man was prosecuted and found and found guilty on the dang on testimony of someone of color, saying, yeah, I saw him there. He did it. What? There was one guy, his girlfriend's mama was on live TV saying, oh yeah, he murdered my grandmother. He raped her, my granddaughter. He raped her and killed her. And this man was sitting in prison like, who? Me? No. But you know what? They was getting him on a rape charge for rape and murder of a little girl. He never touched that girl. Guess what happened? The real rapist and killer, they gonna confess. He had some mental illness or whatever. And he told exactly what he did. He lifted up the window and he said he was walking past the house. He was on drugs or something like that. He went and bought some drugs from that person there around there. And he saw a girl and the people laying in their bed asleep. He walked up to the window. He saw the girl. He said, and the voices in his head told him to take the little girl. And he took the little girl out the window. He lifted up the window because they didn't lock the window, which I don't understand. But I guess back then they felt safe. He was all off deep in the woods somewhere, Mississippi. So they felt safe. Like, ain't nobody gonna come around here. We know everybody. And this dude reached in the window, grabbed the child out because the doors was all locked. And he grabbed the child and took her on down. And he raped her. This ain't like fondled her, raped her. He was telling her he took his pants down and I went on her lawn. Well, she's a child. Of course you went on her lawn. He talking about his voice. The voice has told him he had to get rid of her, so he threw her in the creek. She's 5. And my thing is, there's another gentleman here who was in Texas. He was a young male, and guess what? 2 other black males testified that he killed the cop, and he wasn't even there. He had nothing to do with it. Why? Why? And I get all the other stuff that's going on right now as far as us as people. But that was a whole other. This is a whole other conversation. I'm gonna have to go on because some people ain't gonna like what I say because they ain't gonna like it. Black lives do matter. Like I told people once before, I think I spoke about this. How my stepdad was beat by police, and he came home a bloody pope, and my friends, they lived down the street. Their father was shot and killed. They shot him in the head. This man never owned a gun. They shot him over a soda pop bottle. He had a pop bottle in the car. Talking about they thought it was a gun. The man had to reach into his wallet because back in the day, men put their wallets in the glove compartment. He reached over to get the wallet as the dang officer asked, and the man put a slug right in his head. He had to have a closed casket. Closed casket. Left that woman with all them kids. Their mama had Cassaz. About 5 or 6 kids. Left her to raise them by herself. And yeah, someone asked me, well, did they sue and get money? That all the money you give does not bring that person back. It doesn't account. It doesn't take that will not cover the life that you've taken from me. That does not cover their life. I don't care if I got $200 million. That does not cover. Will not take the pain away. It does not take away the pain. It does not take away the pain. So my thing is, people, if you ever have someone that tells you that someone has passed away or was killed, murdered, or whatever, don't ask if they sued, because you know what? The money doesn't mean a thing. The family's broken. Without the dang on freaking father, he was a leader. Once you lose the king, what happens to the pride? I'm just saying. So that's where I was at with that. But as far as this innocent program, I don't understand how these prosecutors are able to get away with this mess, and these police officers so freaking crooked. There's so many of them. And you want people that they're gonna freaking feel so blue lives matter, whatever. First of all, I'm gonna need y'all to do y'all freaking job. Really do your job. Not that BS y'all, that little fake junk y'all doing. Not be out here, they gonna arresting people falsely. Not be out here pulling people over for BS. I'm talking about do the job you actually get paid for. The job you actually are paid to do. Do that. You will have less time to be bothering people who are innocent. And you'll have more time to be picking out, they ain't gonna freaking concentrating on the guilty ones. You won't even be able to have time for the ones who are innocent. You'll be too busy doing your job. Your job. If you don't like your job, there's other things you can do. There's other things, other careers you can try. You can be a truck driver, tractor driver. You can get on road commission. You can dang on freaking fly planes or whatever. Be a clerk in a store. Work at a bank. There's a whole lot of jobs you can do. Street sweeper. It's all kinds of stuff. Garbage man, they make good money. You better stop playing waste collection. They make good money. Don't knock that. I ain't gonna knock that because they make good money. And so I'm just saying, you There's so many more things you can do. If you're not happy with your career and you're going to take out your unhappiness on citizens, then maybe you should find a different career. I just named a few, but there's so many more that you can do. You can be a secretary. You can work at a donut shop. Krispy Kreme be hiring. Y'all like donuts. Go work at Krispy Kreme. You know? Then you can probably take a dozen home every night. Boom. Problem solved. I'm saying, don't be out here falsifying records, planning things on people, and dang on freaking so you can get a conviction. Because you wouldn't like it if it was one of your family members. You'd be highly upset and be very distraught if that junk could be turned around and your family member getting locked up and you had to figure out a way. Because you be trying to figure out a way to get them free. It's like everybody else, but you prey on the poor because they can't afford to go to court and hire all these lawyers and pay all this money to get their family members free. And y'all counting on that. And I'm so thankful for the Innocence program. I'm so thankful. You know, I contacted them when my brother was locked up. And they contacted my brother back. Unfortunately, they will never get my brother free because of the situation that he was in. However, they were able to dang on talk to my brother. They did contact him after I wrote them a letter. I tried to do everything I could to get my brother free. I'm telling you, I was trying to get my brother out of prison. I did everything. I contacted them and I sent letters to them. Them people contacted my brother. I was just like so excited, you know, and I was really hoping they'd been helping, but they weren't able to. But regardless of the fact, I did everything I could to try to get him free. I did. I wrote everybody that I could write. I contacted everybody I could contact. I talked to everybody I could talk to. I said, when my brother was up for parole, let me tell you, the letter I sent them was like, look, he's already paid enough. He's paid enough. You can't just keep prosecuting him. You can't keep persecuting him. Not prosecuting. I can't keep persecuting him. How much more does he have to pay? He already paid and paid and paid. He'd been doing better if he had murdered the damn girl. And that's the truth. Because he served 20 years for nothing. For nothing. He served 20 years for a so-called rape. There was no rape kit done. Nothing. Damn white girl decided she was going, he was messing around with the girl, and his baby mama was pregnant. And I guess the girl found out he actually had somebody really in his life. And she got upset. And they got into a big old thing. And she went home boohoo crying and could not tell her parents. This is 20 years ago now. She couldn't tell her parents that she was messing around with my little black brother, who was still light-skinned, by the way, but black nonetheless. And she wasn't going to tell them that. Because I think she was cheating on her boyfriend. So, yeah. And this was in Michigan. My brother went to prison 20 years for that hoe. And I don't wish her well. I hope her life was miserable. I hope she was getting her tail whooped by her dang husband. I hope them kids made her life miserable. I just hope that she just had a miserable time. I don't wish her no wellness. None. Took away my brother's life. Forget that helper. They talking about forgiveness. I'm not the one that need to forgive you. God is the only one that need to forgive you because I can't give you life and I can't take it away. Well, actually, I can take your life, but I can't give you life. So the only person you should need to be seeking forgiveness from is God, not me. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Don't seek forgiveness from the person you did wrong. Seek forgiveness from God because he's the only one who can give you life. And honey, you're going to need something in the afterlife. That's all I got to say. So, but I'm just devastated at all these males, all these men, mostly black men, who are males who are brown, locked up and just thrown away over nonsense. And the evidence doesn't even show. It's like, I don't know. How do these prosecutors get their jobs? there has to be some kind of system where they can just checks and balances. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just this watching this just makes my heart just heavy. So it makes me really just hate this criminal justice system. I really don't trust it anyway, and I never will. I don't trust it. I hate the criminal justice system. It needs to be reformed, just thrown out in the trash. Just throw the whole system away and start over. Everything. But where we are, where we are. Y'all be safe out there, okay? And just be careful, you know. Kings, y'all out here in these streets with the way things are looking and the way things are going, y'all need to be careful. So just be careful. You know, if you can stay home, just stay home. There's no sense of wasting your freedom or your life with what's going on these days. People are heartless and they don't care. So stay yourself at home. Stay at home. You know, stay safe. You just don't have to be all out here in these streets. Take your butt to work. Go back to the house. All right? I'll look out. Love y'all.